Hello to each and everyone. I am the Seattle Black veteran. Let me move this over here so we can communicate. I hope everyone's doing fine. All my active duty, retired, disabled military personnel, I welcome you all. Thank you for stopping by the page. Okay, so who am I? I am the Seattle Black veteran. I am a disabled, 100% disabled veteran of the United States Army, total P, I would say PT and PTI and U, total permanent and unemployable. That hurts. Okay, so anyway, I am here to talk about today's topic, and that is us veterans and seniors welcoming, trying to have communication with the youth, to try to get the generation gap where we can still communicate. So it's been, I had a very beautiful last couple of days. I got to meet with some of the youth people, and it was wonderful. Okay, so let me see here. I want to get some shout outs before we get started here. Hey, thanks for stopping in. I got a few people in there. Thank you very much for coming in. And thanks. I know you got to say good night, beautiful. I'm always coming on late. It's so good to see you, Denise. It's good to see you very much. It's good to see all of you here. Well, now, few, and I thank you for stopping by. So today we're talking real quick. It's going to be about veterans and seniors working with gapping the generation gap with some of our youth. This has been a thing that's been going on to YouTube for quite some time with certain people. We're trying to make sure that we can pass on some wisdom that we have to the youth, and hopefully we can help guide them and make them, a little bit life a little easier than what we had to go through as adults and through our childhood, because we didn't have a lot of counseling and people to talk to when we were doing that. But shout out to a few people, Luscious Journey, my Mrs. T. Thank you for coming in with me, and Denise. I'm always messed up. It's so beautiful. I had a good conversation with her a couple weeks ago. It was beautiful. Thanks. Okay, baby. I know you got to get some rest. I know everybody's running real late here, but okay, we'll keep it pushing. And I thank you each and everyone for your support here. Pocket Oxygen JT, my man, the lead attorney. I appreciate you, sir. It's a lot of people on my list here. Let me see if I can actually get to some of you guys, because I really want to say what these people are doing and how they're doing things to really rock the world, change things around here. So check out, I still got a lot of people on my list to give love to, but most of the people who show up with me on a daily or whatever have showed up on my page. I really appreciate you, so we'll give shouts out to those guys a little later. We're going to stay focused on the course here. All right, so yeah, and I wish everybody a good night. If you can't stay, please hit me up, and thank you, Ms. T, for coming in. I appreciate you. Okay, so here we go. What we're doing, we're talking. I am talking. We're going to be talking with the county officials and the mayor, and also our seniors, so we can get more involved. What's a beautiful thing is I'm looking forward to. They're going to build a senior youth community center in the city of Tukwila. It's a little south of Seattle. Which is good because these teens need a place to go to, and it also keeps, I think it helps gives seniors a lot of hey, Luscious, thank you, welcome, sweetheart, welcome. This is going to give a lot of people some insight on, give the kids, the youth, somewhere to go hang out at, and it also makes the seniors feel a little alive too, that they can that these youth are looking for somebody, we can talk to them, part of wisdom. So here we go. So each here we go. So how did we get started? First off, it was actually how we got started was the youth wanted this program. They wanted to come and talk with the seniors and get our insights and our knowledge and the wisdom that we have, and wrap to them. So they were the ones who first get this mission going, and I applaud them so very much. And these are like high school, getting ready to go into college kids. And so I can't call them kids. We call them young adults. Uh, Nobody let's call a kid. Okay, okay. So we talked. We had a good conversation. I forget the gentleman's name, and I apologize. He was very instrumental in making this happen. And a few ladies from the senior living places over here were very involved in it, and it was beautiful to see him involved. So the kids, young adults had a lot of good questions, and that was concerning. So we were asked, from seniors. Okay, so I'm 58 years old, so I guess I'm getting I'm a senior. I got an AARP card. That helps, right? Okay, so pick this. Check it out. So one of the things we're talking with the kids, and this is the one thing I agree. And one of the young adults said this, and I agree. It's going to take both sides to communicate and to bring us together and have these conversations. And I think what one of the adults said, the young adults said as well, is they are afraid to be judged, put down if they, want to express their opinion to you and look for your help. Even if they're going in the wrong way, we have to find a way to talk with them without saying, no, you're wrong, you're bad, you're this and that. And nobody really wants to hear that when you're coming to people for advice, questions, what's going on? How's things going on in the world, and what can we do to help let me say bridge that gap, make it even worth more while here. Have that conversation. One second, I'm gonna pull this up here. Yes, I just want to see what's going on here. Okay, I got that. Okay, so let me get back over here. All right, here we go. So sorry about that. So yeah, they were asking, and I agree with them. So when we're talking about coming together with each other without judgmental, I'll give you an example. So the adults sometimes will look at kids as their trouble off the bat without even trying to understand them or look at what their plight is or where they're coming from. We have to give them that benefit of the doubt and look at them as a young adult as that they're not all about trouble. They're probably about some things that they're not sure of. And that's where I think as a senior, we should, not even bring them in and just say, hey, okay, let's rap about what you're thinking about doing or what you're doing, and we'll talk about the outcomes. And they look at us too. It's like we're old people who ain't got nothing but do to nag. Not all of them look at it like that, but you can get the understanding where I'm coming from with this. So, okay, so that's one of the things we say. Let's see. And this is the thing that really, really, really got me is these young kids say, look, some of them don't have grandparents. And then what's interesting as well is we're dealing with different nationalities. And I wish I can pop my photo up on the screen that we took with the kids. But my screen, this it's a yard stream for some reason is bugging, but we'll wrap with that later. We'll work around it. But yeah, so they were asking too. They were saying, different nationalities, they have different type of approaches on the youth and the adults. And what's really interesting about it is too. Now we look at this. A lot of people coming from different countries have how can I say that they have culture that they learn from their family. And it's sad to say, some in the United States, we're losing a lot of that culture where we have certain things that we do in our cultures that help support one another. Right. And in South, some of these young adults have had their, grandmothers and grandfathers have departed and moved on to another life. And so, and while they're young, some of them are not having a close, common relationship with their parents for whatever reason. And that's understandable. I think we all have had that thing occur. Hey, what's up, Hattie? What's up, girlfriend? Thanks for stopping in and support you, man. I appreciate you as well. Trash Can Waves is in the house too. My big brother, what's up, dog? Appreciate you, man. I'll be visiting all you guys' pages. I thank you so very much for stopping in. I really appreciate your support. So, okay, so when we sat down and we talked with, let me see. So what should okay, we should come together without being judged is what we talked about. And we're understanding that different relations here in America, you have all different kind of nationalities, and some are steep in culture and some are not that steep in culture. So and it was trying to understand some of the ups and downs about getting through life, going through college, trying to work with these young ladies and men, to try to keep them strong and not have babies while they're too young. Start getting your life together. The one thing I tell these youth, and you guys tell me what you think too. I'm gonna drop this link here in a minute if anybody wants to come up. But it is. I want to hear what you think about this. Because when we see different cultures, we're trying to keep these young kids from getting babies too early, um, focusing on their career first. And then, and I agree with some of the content creators say, if you're not going to have this person as your wife and have your kids, then you should really focus on really think twice before you go out there having babies by somebody. Okay, so this is one of the conversations that we have. We've had a lot of conversations, and and like I said, we're going. They're looking to build a youth senior community center in South Dakota, which I think is going to be brilliant. The youth even asked, were we in supportive of this particular building project? And we all of us was wholeheartedly involved with it and say, yes, what we're trying to do here. And I really, 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 Eileen, if you ever get to hear this, she's over at the Tukwila Village. You are a gem. Your gym. She helped pull me in and said, Dave, we're going to have this. If you want to come and talk to these young men and women. And I'm like, wow, yeah. So if we get the community center, which I do believe we will get, it will be a place that the youth can go and do things after school. Now, dig this. See, in Washington State, the Evergreen State, we get a lot of rain up here. So, we need to have some indoor activities. I know when I was younger, and anybody in here listening, tell me when you were younger, I went to the boys club. Did you guys have a center that you can go to and, have recreational activities and get involved when you were younger? If you have, please let me know. So, we can, I'm going to get people on here, and I promise I'll stop doing videos this late on a Sunday. I know everybody has to go to work. I apologize. We'll start getting it more kicked out, and we'll be doing it more during the week. Okay, I digress once again, though. Let me see here. I'm gonna drop this link. I don't know if anybody wants to come up, but in case you're here. It is. Let's see. I don't know. I hope it's in there. Yeah. I hope it's in there. But anyway, yeah, so we had this conversation. We took about maybe 2 hours with the conversation, and and we got to listen to these young adults. And what's really, really, let me say this and I sidestep again. Um, they got cookies. Oh, okay. It's actually way crazy. Yeah, but I lose my brain train of thought here. I'm so sorry. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to the youth center, and it's going to be a great place. Like I said, it rains a lot in Washington, so I have a place to go for them indoors, and I'm hoping we have kind of like I haven't really got down to the bare bones of it, but I'm looking. Hopefully, we get some physical exercise, sports, basketball, what have you, table tennis or something. And then, with now, with the computer race out, I'm hoping that we have those in there as well. It's getting all this stuff up. And so it's going to be a beautiful thing, I believe. And it's also, since I'm a Black veteran, I am, very, very into working with these kids. And actually, this is what made me really bring my channel out. And this is why you really don't see me much, is because I'm working behind the scenes trying to get so much stuff done. And so I need to go ahead and put these videos up. But this is actually covering the reason why I came here. And that's why I expressed, I went through some hard times, some very hard times, and I didn't have anybody to really lean on. My friend Patty was there. She helped me out. Bless your heart, girl. Um, but and my YouTube people too. I appreciate all of you guys, really. And Trash Can Ways, and my girls, all you guys, Luscious, and I know my Denny's left probably already, but it's just a support. And so when I get that, I told myself, when I get back on my feet, I am going to put out videos that I can help veterans of color. And if we have veterans of non-color, that's cool too. But a lot of the veterans with color are not getting this information that I'm actually going through. And I'm hoping I'm not just rambling on, because I try to give you good information so you can see what actually goes on. And so I'll be taking you to places too when I go downtown to the federal building. I know they're going to be closed, but we'll be down by downtown, and we'll do some live video out that way as well. Okay, so but that's the reason why I'm on here, because I have information in my little brain and my little wisdom of life that I believe it can help a lot of people not walk through the dark tunnels that I had to go through just to get back on my feet. And so this is like and it's really good to help the younger generation as well. To try to, just tell them, stay, get your study and focus, learn about your money, how money's been, start saving and investing in yourself always. And I tell these kids, and you guys tell me if you're wrong. Thank you, brother Trash Can Ways. I say, always believe in you. I don't care what nobody thinks or say. You believe in you. Focus on doing things positive in your life, and you have a right to be an individual. So you don't have to blend in with each and every person out here. You have a right to live your life in comfort, and just keep striving to do better. And so, I'm talking with the youth with this conversation, but I'm also talking with my veterans as well. It's like, don't give up, stay positive, focus, keep going. It's going to be a hard road, but nothing worth having. It's really going to be easy road to truck. So, this is one of the conversations I'm having with my youth, and okay, so you're gonna laugh. I told him this. Okay, so I did, kids. I worked as a correction officer for 8 years. I worked with the Department of Defense as a police officer for 4 years. I was in the Navy, in the Army, pardon me, and did some time there. So I tell these kids, look, don't join the military. Don't become a police officer. Don't become a correction officer. The pay is not worth your livelihood. It is not worth your life. I mean, yeah, you can get paid, and whoever's in the profession, I'm not knocking you, do your thing. But I tell them on both sides, stay away from the jail, being incarcerated or working with law enforcement. Focus on doing more things that you can achieve greater pay and greater satisfaction in your life. So, and it's really interesting because it's like when I was talking to the kids, this is what I said in a video prior, and I told these young adults this. I said, hey, when you go into the military, or even if you're going into college, you got to keep your goal of where you want to be when you get out of college. All right. And if you go into the military, you want to have your goal to where your military job is going to be something you can capitalize on when you get out of the military. Like I always say, for example, like the Air Force, if you want to be, a pilot, you can go in the Air Force and you can become a pilot, and you can get out and enhance it on your own, have your own business as a pilot, transporting people around, and it's going to make you some big money. All right, make you some money if you work privately. But commercial industry for a flight, I don't know how good they're paying now. I know when the pandemic was going on, they had a lot of problems, but maybe it's changed. Maybe they're getting money, but I hear they don't make a lot of money unless they do, certain flights in certain places. But anyway, I digress. So, like I say, tell the youth, which I didn't think about, when you get out of school, what are you going to go to college for? You know, then is that job going to still be lucrative when you get out of college 10 years from now? So like, let me use a real simple one, like, they had, well, you could think how many jobs has been, taken over or turned over by automation. Automation has taken over a lot of jobs. Look at the car industry. Even Elon Musk, he's getting all his stuff. Where it's going through a big old machine, and it's getting processed through, and it cuts down a lot of personnel that you need. And then so also you look at a lot of jobs that are now working from home. I think that's the key thing now. And I think that's going to be one of the big things, with the exception of a few like the hospitals. They will go a little more automation, but you're going to have some hands-on at the hospitals. Where some other places like accounting, you don't have to be in an office. You can be in your home and getting all your information, being an accountant. And shouts out to JT Pocket Watcher. All right, big brother, good brother, good brother. Check him out. JT Pocket Watcher. He talks to you about cash and all that stuff there. And yet, check out my people here. Like even Cash Can Wait's got a good channel. My girl, Luscious Journey, she takes you through it too. Hey, and when I gotta read to say this with that Trash Can Ways, I gotta start putting you guys up. And I apologize. Get a job where you work with the robot. Yeah, there you go. That's right, brother. Because you start at the bases and you'll start picking them up. Right there when it comes out. But that's my man Trash Can Wave. So please go check out his page there too. I want you to say this is Luscious Journey. Please check out her page as well. It's my girl T. I don't know if she's still here. Oh, she's going good night. Good night, sweetheart. I know we missed you. And it's late. I apologize. But I wanted to get you onto this real quick. And let me see here. I make sure I'm not missing anything. We're going to continue to work with the youth. And like Trash Can Wave was saying with his post here, working on the robot. So, and that's kind of like what we're doing with the youth. We're trying to get them some wisdom and knowledge prior to them getting out into this world here, and having to deal with all the ups and downs of the world that's going on in our crazy country these days. But we're going to get better. We always will. So, and this is like, what more did I learn from these youth is that they're really eager to have someone that they can talk to. And this is the thing here, and this is what I'm going to like about if they get the community center is. And see, what I learned from these young adults is, we have to be around them more than just every now and then. And if we get to the community center, which I think is going to be beautiful, where the seniors are going to be offered certain things that they can do there, and how to help the youth in whatever way that we can. But yeah, but see, if we see these youths on, every 3 or 4 days, almost like I need to do a video on here 3 or 4 days a week, then we can start getting to understand our youth, and understand what the problems that they're going through. Because when you're not there, you really don't have, really cannot understand. And the thing is, um, this is going to be great, because I think in order for us to have this communication, and one of the things we say is it's a verbal communication as well, and understanding how these kids roll and how they rock. And being on YouTube, though, man, you guys be hooking a brother up. Because we talk about all this stuff on here, but understand this: none of my young youth are on YouTube. And so somebody said, Dave, that's because they're probably on TikTok or Instagram. I said, okay. I said, is YouTube for an old person? But I doubt it. We got a lot of good content creators in my circle. I love you guys. Um, yeah. And so this is the cool thing. And this is, this is really the funky thing about this. And I was thinking about this, since we're having so much little rifts in the manosphere on YouTube. I think as adults, if we can't get along, how do we expect our youth to get along? How do we expect to communicate with our youth if we can't even communicate with other adults? I've been, some things, people, I've been hearing stuff and all this, but I'm not into that. I'm not into all that. I just want peace and solutions. And, we want to have things resolved. We don't want to be sitting here going, because my thing is this, and I told my best friend this: if money or whatever in this YouTube stratosphere starts changing me, then what I originally started from, I will quit. It's not, if I'm not changing for the better and not giving you good information or whatever, we're going to quit. And that's why, with my young adults, and this is what's beautiful about them, is they came to us like, hey, yo, we want to communicate. And so it's really just listening and paying attention and trying to give sound advice, and that's why I say on my channel here, and thank you TLA, because my previous videos I'm rambling a lot, but I'm trying to give you information. But as we grow, and we're going to start really kind of tighten it down a little bit more. And I'm going to actually, I think somebody told me about Melon instead of StreamYard. And so I'm going to check those guys out and go ahead and pay the annual fee so I can get what I want to get up on this board here to show you, because I've had a beautiful photo of the kids and I and a couple of the other seniors, and it was really cool. They spending out there having it and talking with them. So we are looking so very forward to getting the community center together, and I will keep you updated on that. And hopefully we can get these young adults to come up here, and I can get them to, once they get on here, which we have no problems with YouTube. I mean, these young adults are 18, 19 now. And so we love to get them on and get their perspectives on what they would like to see from us. Now, this is what I'm talking about too, and I know that's going to hit some other content creators, but in my future, we will have all the people who I'm referring to and talking to. You won't just have me. You're going to have them up on board too. And we got to get together. I'm going to hit you up with an email, and we're just going to have a conversation about real estate, people owning property, and that like that for the veterans, how they can roll out and do that. And as we have any suggestions, please kick them to me, because we're going to be, I'm trying to go 100% and make sure we hopefully get this. I believe it's going to be built, this community center for the youth and seniors. And I definitely will keep you abreast on that. And I would say, if you're really into talking to these kids, I talk to them on pretty much on a daily now, because I'm down the high school is down the street from me. So we kick it with that. And so we see them. We don't have communication with each and every one, but I'm pretty sure the program will grow, and it's going to be good too because hopefully I'm gonna get some more veterans in on this channel here, and have them kick their facts about what we think about their time in the military and time out of the military, how did things go. So we'll be discussing those in the near future as well. And again, I want to thank all my beautiful people who did come up for it. It's only been on for like 30 minutes here. I will start struggle streaming a little bit more and probably longer, but um, my hours are totally different than everybody else. I'm kind of like on a graveyard schedule, which, but it's all good. But again, so this is what I'm covering. The Seattle Black veteran. And I got to go over with you too. We're going to talk about this in the near future too, and I'll post this coming up. So I got three streams that's going to come up. We're going to talk about what an indefinite ID card looks like versus a veteran's ID card, the regular one that you can get even if you're at 0%. I'll show you what it looks like on an indefinite ID card. So that means you will have access to the post until you pass away. Okay, and then if you come back, maybe your spirit can get the ID card and still use it. Oh, let me see who's this. Now that you were going live. Yeah. Yeah, I got his course. I bought his course. I bought the TLA's course. So yeah, we'll be going through that. I was doing some tutorials today with that. And thank you so much, SSS, for that statement. Yeah. And I recommend that to a lot of people too. Some people have their opinions, but as far as I'm concerned, honestly, it is helping me improve my channel. Yeah, maybe I could get somewhere else, but I would definitely take the TLA course. I'm also a member of his Patreon as well. And that's pretty much going good as well. Thank you. Oh, that's a Navy personnel too. Thank you so much for your service coming up to the channel, and thank you for your support as well. I appreciate you so much, and a great statement. So please, if you haven't had a chance, check out the TLA's growing course, and it will help save you through a lot of pain. I'm telling you. I'll just give this to you real quick from that course since that question came up, or since that statement came up, and thank you again for that. When I was started struggle streaming, I didn't really write down everything and just have it all together. So now I'm starting to put it all together so I do not ramble. Nobody wants to hear me rambling. So yeah, and so I'm taking this course, and I'll keep you abreast of how that's going, and maybe you want to join this course as well. But okay, so this is the Seattle Black veteran saluting all my supporters and all my veterans and active duty personnel and disabled personnel as well. And I wish you nothing but the absolute best. And if there's any questions that you would like for me to address, please kick them in the comment box. I would promise you, I'm still maybe I'm under 200 subscribers. I'm cool with that. And if it gets larger, I'm cool with that too. But yeah, I'm going to listen to and answer these questions so I can get back with you. And it's really strange. And then when I at home or something like that, my brain doesn't go there until I start getting asked these questions. Then I'm like, oh crap, let me get on top of this. So yeah, so like I said, we're going to cover more. We'll keep you abreast of what's going on with the veterans and the seniors who are working with the youth, and how the community center is going to go. And if we're doing good and there's something more you want to know about the template that we're building up here, please let me know. And I will try to get as much information to you, and I'll tell you how it's going. I really have high hopes for it. I think it's going to go well. So I'm hoping it's going to be built soon. I got to see about that. I got to talk to city council and the mayor and see what's going on with this. But yeah, I stay in touch with these guys a lot. One person asked me, why aren't you running for city council? I just don't have the time or patience for it. And, maybe, I don't know, maybe in a couple of years, I might reconsider it. But politics and me is a whole different thing. And that's why I'd say with my channel, which I love, is that I am trying to help people better their lives. And by getting them to understand how the system operates, the VA system operates. And now we're talking about how city council and your own I would recommend this for anybody. Get with your city council, know who your district representative is, and start trying to get those things set in place. That you can bring those up about a youth center. And if your youths are really don't have much to do besides getting video games and getting in trouble, we don't want that. We want them to have all kind of opportunities to spread their wings so they can fly. So that's what we're doing over here. Let me see. Yeah, get larger than okay. You have to get larger than our a lot of vets who are missing out on their VA benefits. Yeah, this is very true. You're so right about that, and you're right. So I really got you know what, and I'm gonna have to go ahead and start really doing this. Very very soon. I'm gonna have to really start just doing a lot of more stream lives because I find out stuff every day. And most of the reason why I find out some of these things is because I'm happy to go through it. And like I said, and it was kind of like my attitude too, that kind of irritated me that people would not help you, but they wanted to brag to me about what they have. And I'm like, you guys are full of crap, man. Get out of my face with that. My biggest thing that would make me happy with this channel is if that a veteran will come back to me later on down the road and say, thank you for the advice. It helped me. So that's my job to hopefully give good advice out there. But that right there would make me really happy. And actually seeing some of the youth do the same thing, 4 years up the road, they go, hey, you remember talking to me while I was in school? I'm like, geez, and just watching them grow. So I think that's beautiful. Let's see what Rich is at to say. How can I get to 100 from 70? Okay, Rich, Cliff, 170. Now, I got to tell you. Okay, so everybody listening, I'm not a lawyer, not an attorney. I'm not working with the VA or nobody like that. I am a member of the DAVA. I'm just saying, I'm not recommending that you join those guys. You do your own research with those. But with that said, from my opinion, Richie, you know what? That's a wonderful question, Rich Cliff, because I was actually going to look at that too. Is if you're just 100 and not PTIU, which is permanent total individual unemployable, you can still work. Okay, now that's an iffy thing, so you got to watch it with that. Somebody asked me that question too. Oh, I'm sorry, Rich. I got way off the question here. I'm talking about working. How do you get from 70 to 100? How do you get to 100 from 70? Okay, we're gonna have to talk about what your disabilities are first. So I'll give you an example with mine. Um, when I was at 10, I had to fight for a long time to change it over. So I went to 50. And then it turned around and it did go to 70 and then it went to 90. And they told me 90 from 90 to 100 is going to be the hardest time getting there. But not true. So, Rich Cliff, this is what I would say. Look at your injuries and see what they are. So I'll give you mine, for example. And people say, well, it's your personal stuff, whatever. It's real talk. And everybody knows that most people from the military have PTSD every now and then. So a combination of PTSD, my feet went bad because of the cold weather. Now, this is what can happen to Ridge Cliff is this. When you're at 70%, like I was, I was at 90, depending on your injuries, these things will start hampering your ability to go to work. You want to go to work, but you can't cause your disability. You had a particular job lined up in sight, but your disabilities came and they kind of screwed that up. So the other thing you're going to have to go to, because you're going to be suffering from depression from that, I guarantee you that. Because pain kind of equals depression because people's tired of being in pain. And then if they're telling you that you can't work, well, okay, so now you got mental. And then I have leg problems with that. So now the leg problems, the feet started having me walk in a different way, which started messing up my hips and my lower back, right? So now I got all three of those stacked on there. So I went and filed for that. But you would be very, let me tell you, you really wouldn't know what they turned around and did. They turned around and up my mental status all the way to the highest that you can get in the CFR. Chapter 38. So with your question, Rich Cliff, it depends, brother, on what your injuries are. And are those injuries going to be lifetime? Where if that means lifetime, by the time you get to 58 or 60, that stuff is going to really be affecting your life. All right. So you can still go and apply for that. But let's try to get you there early before you get to 60 if you're not there. And that is, let me think. For that, I would say, yeah, go and look up what kind of secondary injuries your first injuries are causing you. So, like I say, my feet went bad and my legs are starting to lose feeling in them because I got cold weather injury. So, what it say? Well, it messed up my back. So now that's a secondary, and I go file for that. And so, what you're going to need is stay in touch with your doctors. If you're especially at 70%, man, I tell everybody at 70, go to the VA, get your free medication, get your doctor there, and it's a one-stop shop. Everybody's there. So, like for example, once I got to my 100, I told my doc, I said, "Hey, I'm at 100% now." He goes, "Great, we're going to schedule you for a dentist," because that's one of the benefits from it is that you get the benefit, get that. Uh, okay, where's equal? Walking. Yeah, secondary conditions. And like I say, and you're asking all the good questions, but yeah, you can get there. Really, you can. Pardon me. And like I say, it depends on your injuries and understand. Okay, there's two, Rich Cliff. Um, Go see your doctor. Start seeing your doctor about your existing and what they're doing to your life. All right. Start talking to your doctors about that. Stay on it for like 6 months, a year. I mean, I mean, before you file a claim, 6 months, a year. And once you file a claim, the CPN exam, claims and pension exams, you know how those go. So, when you get there, you're going to have to go through the CPN exam, and they're going to ask you about your current existing problems that you are having. That's what they're going to address. They're not going to address no future problems. They're going to see how are you aware of your present disabilities, and how have, basically how they hampered your life. But know this too, on the va.gov, a lot of those questions that the CP examiner asks are in the va.gov website. So go check that out. I'll try to go in there and get that for you as well. Um, Gout, yeah, gout is a key word. Gout equals, equals walk. Exactly. So, yeah, exactly. Um, Let me see, example, both feet and knees and hips and back, both knees, both hips, painful motion. Exactly. You got that 100% right, SSS. And so that's it, Rich Cliff, is, yeah, just be prepared, because, and I would say, get a representative to do that for you. For some reason, the VA, when you're trying to do it by yourself, I think they get more anal probing with you. And I'll give you a true story. I was at 90, and I go, well, wait a minute then. Okay, I'm at 90. Um, I have this PTSD. I said, then what about the sleep disorder as well? And so I went in and hit for the sleep disorder, which is equal the same amount of benefits that I was getting already. But what they turned around and did, hey, Healthy G Mom, good to have you aboard, sweetheart. Welcome, welcome, welcome. But what they went and did was said, "Oh, I think this what it is. You found it by yourself." So, and I don't know who's calling me, but you're gonna have to wait on this one here. Hopefully, I don't get it. But let me stop this stuff. All right, cool. So sorry. Yeah, I'm recording my iPhone, so please forgive me. Yeah. So, and hello to you, yeah, Healthy G Mom. So, but what they did was they go, well, we think that you're getting better, which is bull crap. So we're going to schedule another CP exam to examine your existing problems. And if you're not, well, we think you're getting better, we're going to lower your percentage, right? So then I had, because I filed it myself, and then so I called my people, my representatives, and they were kind of laughing, like, yeah, like they know people done it before, try to do it, and what is they know everybody's tried to do it, and I'm like, oh, here we go. Thank you. Shouts out to you guys from Los Angeles, California. Right on. And so what they did made me go back to another CP exam, and I'll tell you, it was a waste of time, And so when I went back in, I really had to get anal with them. And I really, I'm not mad at those CP exam operator at all. So what happened was, I go, okay, I go into, and he's asking me about my neuropathy. I said, yes, this is no joke. I said, I'm several medications a day to keep this pain off of me. I said, I follow my doctor's orders to the T. I said, we work as a team. I said, this is what I've been taking. And I told him, another CP examiner asked me, What if we took you off your medications? I'm like, nah, you don't want to do that. I won't be that nice guy at all. And so pretty much, this is where I am with it. So, yeah. Um, let me see here. Oh, yeah, there we go. Here you go. And now this is good information here too. You can get a rep from the DAV or the Veterans Foreign Wars or Catholic, actually Catholic Wars veterans, but take charge and do it yourself, and let them know, let them file it. Yeah. And you're right with that. I'm sorry, really right. Yeah. Let these guys file it, use them as a representative, but stay on top of them. I honestly say, okay, now I really don't come on and just really dog people, but okay, I have to give you the true facts. Okay. So, and I'm a member of the DAV. I'm a lifetime member of those guys, but they dropped the ball on me. This happened recently, and I think I did a video on that. And this is what I say with everybody: when you get to 100%, there's going to be additional paperwork filed, and what it's going to be filed is, and I got it in my thing here. It's the typical same forms that I filled out before, but they want to know, they want you to file and make sure that if your injuries causes you to pass away, then your family can be compensated for you for the rest of their life, because the military gave you injuries that ended up having your life expired. And so then they'll be forced to take care of your family. Okay, but the paperwork that was sent to me by the VA, and this is what I say: do not sleep on any of the VA paperwork. If they send you something and you're not sure, get a hold of your representative. And I like what SSS says. You got the Veterans Foreign War Catholics. You got a lot of people out there to help out vets. So all you have to do is keep your ear to the ground and pick and choose. Okay, so here we go. So I called my representative. I said, hey, yo, what's up with this paperwork? I thought I'm cool. I'm at 100 already. Why do I need to go through this again? And they were like, oh, just fill out this section. And I wasn't even on the computer when they called me back. And so I just like, okay, assume I go to my paperwork, and the section he said never exists. Right. And then so I called another person, and they were like, and then this is how these guys roll. Not all the time, but I'm gonna tell you this. You call them, if they don't feel like answering the phone, you will go to a automated service. An automated service will not take your message. You have to go on the line from them up here in Seattle and get a hold of those guys on the email or something. Or when you call them, say they close at 4:00. You call and leave a message with the receptionist and say, I'd like to talk to somebody. They will call you back probably 15 minutes before 4:00. So your conversation is short. And then if you have any more questions, you're not going to get them answered until the next day, right? So I call my representative 3 times. This is the 3rd time, all different answers. So I told her, I said, hey, wait a minute, we've been talking for a few minutes. I said, you guys are my representatives, so tell me what you recommend I do. And the lady told me, well, personally, I wouldn't do that. And I'm like, okay, what's personally have to do with anything? What is the right thing to do? So I said, okay, I'm not going to do it. I sent her a letter. She forwarded to the VA. Now check this out. VA calls me back. They call me back 2 days later, and they go, hey, you sure you want to do this? I said, hold up. I said, could you please explain it to me what this is about? And he broke it down. He said, no, we need to, we're going to go through, because you got these injuries. You're at 100%. If something happened to you because of your injuries, your family will be compensated. I said, oh, get out of here. I said, well, can I retract that? And he goes, yeah, we're going to send you the paperwork. So they sent me the paperwork. All right. So now I called my my representatives back. I said, hey, yo, I said, I need to get a hold of somebody. So I call my representatives for 2 days. Nobody's answering the phone. Recording, hangs up on you, recommends you go online and go to their website, I guess, and get a hold of them or via email. Right. I'm like, this bullcrap. I just need to know who I need to send this paperwork through. And I was going to do it online and go to the va.gov, but I just wanted to make sure that this paperwork got to the right people. So finally, the 3rd day, I actually get a call. I actually got somebody on the line when I called. And then when I get online with somebody, when I call them, they go, oh, okay, yeah, just send it to this website and we'll take care of it. So I'm like, okay, cool. And so that's how that went down. But you see how that delayed. And if I didn't take care of that paperwork, how I would have messed up my family later on down the road. Okay. So be cognizant of that. Watch out for some of these guys. Let me get what does it say here? Watch out for some of those VA guys during the CPA exam. Yeah, you got to watch out for those doctors on the CPA exam. I went for a risk, but I had it they had it in for me. I sat down and he told me that he went through my whole VA file and my feet, which were what do you say? Come on, help me out. A catalytic for. Yeah, these CP examiners, you'll get some good ones, you'll get some cool ones. I will tell you honestly, I've been through like, geez, man, how many CP exam claims and pensions? I think I've been to at least, geez, in years, at least probably 8 or 9 CP exams. And so this is one guy. This is real talk. And Patty, you're still on. She knows she probably sleeps. She dropped me off over here. I went to this guy. He didn't even look at my feet. He's just on his notepad doing his thing, right? And so it was, he's waiting for me to tell him what the right answer that he wants to hear, and pretty much that is what's going on with you here, what's going on with you there. Now, fortunately, okay, so he said, then they turned around and they denied my claim, right? Now, I'll tell you how stupid this shit is. Okay, pardon my vernacular, I apologize. So here we go a year later, all right? I already got my feet. I went to another lady and she was heck of cool. I was telling her, I broke it down to her. This is how my feet are feeling. This is what the experience I've been having with my legs. These are the medications I've been taking for over like 2 years. And she's like, okay, cool. So, and that's when they finally said, boom, he's right. He's been having this real neuropathy problem. So, which was cool because it was cool, not cool. Now, dig this. So, they paid me back pay from 1989 to 2000, and I want to say 18 or 19. So, yeah, it was a nice change. It was a cool change, right? Let me see here. What's my girls? They say my brother-in-law got a Purple Heart, and they never told him about being 100%. Yes, my brother, who was at 40, and the vet help home filed out the paperwork, and he had to he had to pee on himself for help. Yes, it's unfortunate. It had to be because these cats are like this. They kind of wait till you're on your knees, but I'm gonna get right back to that. I want to keep that up there because I want to address that. That's just so true. So I went back a year later after getting compensated. I had another CP exam because my doctor was like, I'm losing feeling in my hands, when it gets cold. So I went back and I saw that same guy who denied me. He goes, haven't I seen you before? I said, yeah, I was seeing you about a year ago. He says, so what's the deal? I said, I'm already getting on, full compensation on your legs is 30-30 for the cold weather. Depends on, if you still have your limbs. 30-30. I don't know if your limbs are missing. I think it's way more than that. I'm sure it is. So, yeah, so but you go to these CP exams and they're going to ask you about your current existing issues. And the post-traumatic stress, the PTSD, post-traumatic stress syndrome, with that, you can answer all those questions, and when you have that type of injury or mental, depression is the joint too. But yeah, Healthy G Mom is right. And I would tell you what's kind of sad is, these guys wait until you're on your knees before they're trying to help you. We work and we live in an environment to prepare yourself for an event so it won't happen. Sometime with the VA, I don't even know what the heck they're doing. They're like, we're going to make sure you're on your knees first before we get you help. Some people get, the one gentleman that was on my site not too long ago, he got 100% and he said less than 3 years. So, wow, happiness for that brother there too. Let me see, typing so fast. I went for a CP. Let's see, here we go. As I say, sorry, I'm typing so fast. I went to the CP. Oh yeah, we got you on that one. Cool. Yeah, for your feet. Yeah, and for those, look up, because neuropathy is from what we are hearing now, if you have neuropathy like I do, you're going to be living it for the rest of your life. All right, it's just learning how to manage it. So I say that with any any limbs or anything that you're missing, you're going to learn how to manage it for your life, but know everything you can about your particular injury. I got, let's see, through my CP exams, I was told for a long time that no, 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 no. And then when I went back, uh, here we are. And what I really believe, and I said this before, the VA follows a philosophy of certain philosophers. And at the time that I was going through this through 80s and 90s, they were going off of a philosopher by the name of Rene Descartes. And Rene Descartes and their kind of philosophy at the doctors, if I don't see it, x-rays don't see it, it doesn't exist, which I call bullcrap on that. Because if you have a mental problem, the x-rays ain't going to see that. The doctor's only going to pay attention to your behavior, but that doesn't mean just because you're not acting a damn fool that you don't have no mental issues. Some people like to be locked in their room for days. Some people don't want to even be around people, don't like even, around nobody. Yes, my brother-in-law finally, after many of years, finally received his back pay. Yeah, and that's cool in the gang. Yeah, with that back pay and keep you good change on site for an attorney for later on. Because if you get to 100%, understand this too, that everyone at 100% will not be eligible for Social Security Disability Insurance, SSDI. Okay, so, but if you are not sure and you're 100%, and like somebody was asking me, well, how you get to 100? Okay, well, if you're at 100, you can work, but you have to look at what kind of work. Now, if you're 100% total permanent individual unemployable, PTIU, you're going to be restricted to a little bit there. And if you are 100% PTIU, look up and see if your injuries line up where you can receive SSDI. And the thing is, the sad about it is, well, you're going to get if you can't find a representative, you're going to get a lawyer. A lawyer will not take their cut until you are paid, but they're going to screen you prior to them taking you to make sure that you are eligible to receive SSDI. If they don't think you are, they won't take your case. But if they think you are, what they're going to do is file, and at the top, I forget what the percentage is, but up here, the maximum they'll take out is $6,000 when you get your back pay. So yeah, be cognizant of that as well. If you get to 100%, and yeah. Oh, and I think I told you on the last one here, you get to 100%. First thing I did is start looking at all your benefits, going to va.gov, or you can just type some of the content creators on here, and they'll start explaining to you some of your benefits. And like I said, one person asked, could you work at 100%? You can, but like I say, you can't say I have a back injury and it's help you get to 100%. And therefore now you're working at Walmart and you're stocking boxes and stuff, so and if anybody sees you doing that, and the consequences of that. So I don't ever advocate that somebody's falsify a claim, but I advocate that everybody should get their claims taken care of. And yeah, stay steady on them. And Healthy G Mom, yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, it's really sad though that people have to go through those certain measures. But anybody that you guys know, tell them. And especially my brother asked me how you get to 70 to 100. Document. If you got your 70, you're already good with that. I would say this. What I would do, I go look up that injury, and I go, whoa, how long was this injury? Is it going to dissipate over years, or is it going to get worse? All right. So if you got, somebody injured their back or injured their hip, that's probably going to get worse. And I would say stay on top of that and get your doctors to looking at that, and start being aware of some of the side symptoms, side effects that some of these injuries are doing to your life. And like I say, when you're getting those injuries and it happens in your life, man, you got to suffer through it and go through all this stuff here. And I will tell you, so my other bad example that I had, now, no path is really clear, but I say no parking lot is clear. You're going to have speed bumps and potholes. So you go over and get around them, whatever, but you keep pushing it. So this is what happened. Neuropathy start kicking in bad on my feet, really hurting me, right? Quit my school, quit my job, lost my apartment. Okay, so get back on your feet. All right. So I went to the VA and I go, hey, I need to talk to somebody. This pain is really making me depressed. It's pissing me off. I can't take it no more. So I talked to this one doctor, and she thought I was playing with her. And I'm telling her I got this pain in my feet and everything. She goes, "Well, I'm gonna send you to the clinic to get you some testing on your blood." So this guy comes back. "Nope, there's nothing wrong with your neuropathy. This is your diabetes." And I'm like, "Really?" And so I had to go to her doctor, her boss, and I said, "Hey, look, your doctors are wasting my time." I said, "I've already getting 100% for my legs. I mean, 60% for my legs. I maxed out. Your doctors are sitting here trying to tell me that I'm faking it." I said, "I got written evidence that they're saying that I'm not being truthful with this." I said, "I've already been back paid for this and I'm on medication for this." I said, "On top of that, your doctor decided to change my medication without informing my primary care doctor, which is a no-no, because I say we work as a team. Now you're gonna have somebody that's come in and switch my medications around without telling my doctor, and you left me in 3 more days of suffering and pain." So he immediately jumped on it. He said, "Here's my number. If you have any more problems, you make sure you call me." And yeah, and it went through the pipeline real quick. And they got some people rinsed out over there behind that BS. So um, we have to go in, and they finally corrected it. My primary doctor was kind of pissed with that as well. I was pissed with it, suffering and all that. Now, this is the thing. And Health the G Mom, you mentioned the right question. This is the crazy thing I don't get. Okay, now dig this. If you get into a car accident and somebody injures you, they're gonna have to pay for your doctor bills. Now they gotta pay you for pain and suffering and pay you for any lost wages, right? Right. Well, you get all these years and the VA gives you your back pay, which you are entitled to. What happens to the pain and suffering that they put you through? What happened to messing with my job? You know, my ability to keep a job. If you were probably getting disciplined on your job because you were suffering from mental issues in the hospital, the VA would not recognize you for that, but they wait years and years. Now you done been through discipline, you done lost jobs, you done suffering with your rent. Say this is the case. They don't pay you that. They pay you back money that they should have paid you a long time ago, right? Which I think, is stupid, crazy. But hey, Wally, welcome, welcome, welcome. Always good to see Wally's good person, good person. Check him out. Check out good channel too. I don't know if you still got it, but always good to see you. Always good to see you. Thank you so very much. But yeah, what's crazy is I love it. Shot 2 times to save lives. Okay. Shouldn't have helped him once. He woke up from it. Yeah, it took him 25 years to get the help from a country that he helped. Yeah, I tell you, it's the same here. And it's what it now I thought me, I was lonely out there because I'm like, it's almost 30 years and these clowns ain't helping us. So they're getting chastised for that a lot. They're talking about speeding up the claims. And this is my thing, is just to shit you guys through. Let me see here. I want to get my girl up here. So yeah, 100 vets. And oh yeah, GS-12s for the federal government. Yeah, that is right. I was GS-6 when I worked there, and that was years ago. And you can still hold down that job at 100%. And dig. My one of my people I know was 100%, still worked at another job, getting retired from the military, retired from the job, 100% disabilities and Social Security, killing the game. Right now, you're talking about, geez, man. He's pulling probably 10 to 12 grand a month, right? That's crazy money. But hey, you're there, and Social Security is kicked in because the man is over Social Security age, right? So it's getting all that stuff, right? Which is cool in the gang. Now, pick it too, though. Like I say, if you got family members, you saw on the chart, if you got family members, that's extra money for your family members, your kids. $800 a month, I think it is, for each kid, on top of your 100% disability, on top of your retirement, right? That's killing the game. But you guys got to know these things and get in here and get those things done, because like it's like Healthy G Mom said, they ain't gonna tell you it's over 25 years. And so pain and suffering. You don't get paid for that, right? And so I guess, well, the benefits. Well, shit, well, geez, I should have had the benefits from the giddy, right? And you're right. I don't know. Now, peek it. This is why, I say breadcrumbs and I drop them. I was working at a checkout stand. I couldn't do it no more because I couldn't stand on my feet. Ran into this young lady who was in a wheelchair in her uniform. I said, "What happened to you?" She goes, "I got neuropathy." I said, "Get out of here." She goes, "Yep, my feet and my hands." I said, "Oh, really?" She goes, "Yeah, I'm getting 100%. I'm like, ain't this a whooping? It's- Here I am 30 years later, and I'm not even getting it. So getting you a right doctor, and that's what I say, especially if you're at 70, 50, 30%, 10%. Go to the VA. Find you the VA because you're going to get your medications, I think, at a cheaper price if they're not free yet, but a cheaper price at 10% disabled veteran. But go higher than that, right? Uh, and you start getting all your medications for free. Yeah, that's right. Oh, let me see. Let me see what how does she say health to G mom has everything to do with the color of its skin. And I would say this. This is my philosophy how I think things roll with this, and this is why I say to help me bring this to fruition, bring this page up, is because we all go all the way back to when World War One, World War Two, Vietnam War, even to today. There's veterans who are not being recognized, veterans of colors, how they can get homes, where they can get homes. We were often lied to and denied as veterans getting homes, and especially in certain areas of this country. I'll give you an example. Certain areas of this country back in the day said no person of color should live in this dwelling. Okay, so depending on where you want to get a house from. Okay, so then I started seeing is just for myself. Is this when I got out? Um, where do you go to get information? Back then, the internet wasn't even popping. Where do you go to get information? So it's pretty much word of mouth. Put your ear to the ground, and hopefully you can hear some things, and they'll help you get there. Or hopefully somebody's nice enough to help you get there. But I would say this too, and it's not to say this is on. I've had black veterans look like me who didn't help me a god darn bit, not a darn bit. I am not lying to you. I went to some of these clubs and stuff, and they wanted to sit here and tout how good how they're living their life and what they're, and they would come up and ask you, you what percentage? I'm at this percentage. Oh, you ain't 100 yet, man. I got that easy. And I did this and I did, and it wouldn't tell you nothing how to help yourself, right? How to help you. So I just said, okay. I said, you know what? Kind of like the hell with you people. And the only thing I needed was support. I had support from my dear friend Patty. And I said, okay, so, and I mean, I went all the way from where I was living to the streets and back up. And I'm telling you, it wasn't fun. So, um, when you listen to other creators, content creators, or whatever, or listen to people on the street, if they're not doing a god darn thing to help you get to where you're getting, don't listen to them. Go just seek wise counsel from somewhere else. But yeah, you can get from 70 to 100, and look at what your injuries are and what other effects they are doing to your body mentally and physically. Okay. And, and if your effects, like for example, I'll give you this too real quick. You go file for our SSDI, Social Security Disability Insurance. They want to know what the majority job that you did. And that majority of job that you did, if you can no longer do that because of your injuries, this is what we're looking. So most of my feet what's my job was standing on my feet, walking around without his officer, correction officer, or where it's working for the DOD. It's out there being physical, walking around. I can't do it no more because I suffer from pain the next day if I get too happy with this. So, and then what happens with the pain? And then what happens when anybody tells you, especially as a service member, you no longer employable, you can't work. You man, I don't know, you be telling me that you gonna be paying me some money for what I should have been getting, right? My job. So that's depressing because it's like Healthy G Bomb said. Um, these guys will leave you until you get down on your knees. And they'd be like, it's depressing. Well, how depressing is it? And you got to be on this medication for how long to help fight the depression. And then you can go and file a CP exam so you can hopefully get some more off benefits because this is actually messing with your job. So you're looking at the secondaries as well. And when you look at the Social Security Disability Insurance, they're going to want to know what your majority job you did and how is your injuries affecting the majority job that you did. So like I say, if you're standing on your feet, or you just say if you were working in a warehouse, and you were lifting a lot of boxes, but you're getting good paid some money. And if you work on a forklift, you can't sit so long because it hurts your back because your back was injured. So now you can't make that money on a forklift or on a machine sitting. So that's what they want to look for. And see, this is the thing that happened to me, and I didn't pay attention to it either. I had to find this out kind of like the hard way because I got so many people in my face telling me, "Oh, you got, it's impossible. You can't get this again." I'm like, whatever, whatever, whatever. Yeah. So, um, when you say that it's affecting your way of living, because what I did was when I couldn't walk on my feet no more that long, I had to go and get other jobs, and so it wouldn't hurt me. Now I'm not thinking that this is I could be filing for this stuff. I got to follow it, but I did stay in touch with my doctors. I let them know what's going on because my doctors, they knew me before I was starting to take all this medication, but now that I'm taking all this medication, they still look at me like, damn, you're still hanging in there, brother. And you don't have no choice. You got to fight. So I don't hang around people who just want to brag about what they got. I want to help you. And that's why I say you ask me these questions. I want to help you. Yes, believe it's called Willie syndrome. Larry that wants to write to the salute master. They taught us to hate each other. And yes, we sell out each other. Yes, we do. And it's so sad, I mean, and I'm gonna tell you, there was some people close to me too who I told, man, hey, yo, you should be getting this and getting that. Go check it out. And they didn't want to listen to me. They went and got somebody else. And then after they got to 100%, they didn't come back and help me at all. Not a darn bit. And that person looked the same skin color as I have. Look, and I tell you, some of these guys, and then dealing with them, it's like it's to me, it's kind of like this way. They kind of prep you to deal with the system because you don't give up. You get mad because your questions are not being answered. And then you start getting some people dropping the breadcrumbs here and there, and you can get, they'll hook you up. Peter Investment, thank you for stopping in, my brother. Appreciate you. But yeah, so be cognizant of that as well. Don't play with these clowns who just want to sit there and talk about what they have and what they, you always got those guys, what we call it, trying to measure trying to measure your unit, see who has the biggest one, right? Shut up. Right. So I don't have time for that. So my thing is, I want to answer any questions that you be motivated, and I promise you I'll try to get my best in there. But yeah, but for my brother, he said 70 to 100. Yeah, really look at what you have, what's going on with you and how it's affecting your life, and especially if you got kids and all that, man, those are powerful statements. When you go into your claims board and or the CNP exam, or no, when you file for it, you can use those letters when you file either if you're DAV, Veterans Foreign Wars, however you file, going into the they want extra, would you say they have it extra statements to support your claim. So if you have a family, you're at 70 and say your 70% disability is affecting the way you deal with your family. Like for me, if I had family, I couldn't go running with them. I couldn't go walking with them long distance because I know I'll be in pain the next day. And then, so does that kind of depress you? So if your family is seeing this, it will help you to have letters from them as well. Those will can help you push that thing through a little bit better as well. So, don't give up on yourself. What they say, when you can't break the cycle, no, go ahead and help all of them that you want to learn. Each one teach one. Respect. Right on, right on. Healthy G Mom. That's right. So like I always say, I'm getting up there. I can't take what is it going to be used to me if I can't give this to help out somebody else and I just take it to my grave. So what do they say about the graveyard? This is the place where a lot of dreams have died. People didn't go and do their stuff before, their flowers on the other side. But yeah, so yeah, we have to help each other out and teach each other what's going on. And and so we don't have to travel that road. Like my girl Father Gmail said, her guy waited 25 years. I'm still going through this stuff. So just because you get to 100, it don't mean it's over. You got to keep going to see your doctors. They're going to take that into account. So and to me, it's just a natural thing. If your health is not doing good, go see your doctors, right? And go to the VA, one-stop shop, and get it all done. Right there at the VA. If you're suffering from pain or legs or whatever, they'll take care of it. And dig this: if you're diabetic, and but you're 70%, go to your primary care doctor and say, "Hey, I would like to see about getting some diabetic shoes." They will send you down to the shoe place. They did this for me, and they hooked me up. Oh, let me see if I can show you. This shoe's not that bad. It's All right, here you go. So check this out. Not bad. It's looking at these local high ride shoes here. Let me see. They don't look too much handicap, right? And they give you the shoe insert. I you can see that Dr. Souls or whatever. They give you the shoe insert as well, and they'll give you about 3 or 4 pair of these guys. And you can get some dress shoes down to tennis shoes, and they have up their game on their shoe wear. So by all means, check those guys out. If you're a diabetic and you are in the military with that, especially, you can see about getting shoe insoles and shoes that could help you walk a little easier, because diabetics feet numb, so you really don't feel a lot of stuff. But these shoes are actually taken care of. I got 3 pair of different shoes. The other 2 kind of like wore out, so I got to go back and ask for that. So yeah, but check that out with those guys there. But yeah, the VA doctors, they're my VA doctors in Seattle are really good. So I always say, check out your doctors. But okay, I'm going to bore you guys to death with that. But yeah, by all means, so the order is keep track, document everything on your current injury. I'd say there's 2. On your current injury, go and study that and know it almost like your doctor does. I mean, you won't be a doctor, but know the side effects, know what kind of medications you take for those particular injuries, know the side effects of those injuries. Like for me, my medication makes me very tired. I'm always kind of sleepy. And so that thing there, it'll affect your way of driving. You can't get up and drive if you're really tired on that. And you can get a citation for that too, driving under the influence of medication. So you don't want that. So how is that affecting your life? So it affects your life, what kind of depresses you. So it will help you get you to your 100 with that. And after you get there, I say continue to see your doctors, new developments, know your injuries almost inside and out. And I have to tell the truth, though. I didn't know. I have to go and look up neuropathy and really get a true story on the neuropathy and see how it is. And the medications, gabapentin, I forget the other one. But yeah, hey, welcome. Such amazing. Thank you for coming in. Appreciate you, Kirk. Always good to see you, my brother. Good to see you. But yeah, so make sure you stay on top of that. And like I said, if you like fishing, hunting, you get. I think you probably still can get that. Maybe, well, I know at 100%. I don't know at 70. You can get free access to all the national parks and all that stuff there. So, hey, Wealth Talk Productions in the house. Welcome, my brother. But yeah, stay on top of that, guys. And like I said, with your and if you have people if you know people who are suffering and trying to been putting in their claims, tell them to get on the page so we can answer questions. And we got military personnel in the house as well. And eventually, I want you guys to come up. And so we can start chopping it up and giving some good advice as well to people. Because I think every person who's been in the military, if you got out and you're pursuing your disability, nobody's road is the same. There are some things in the road that are about the same, but nobody's road is exactly the same. So, when you get on here and you put that information out, people want to hear what the real deal is going through. Like I tell people, you can always read a book on driving a car, but when you're actually witnessing that and seeing it for yourself, you get a better perspective on what driving a car is about. So when you got people like myself and other veterans in here, SSS is in here, and everybody knows somebody. Everybody in here is either military oriented or knows somebody. So when you go through it and you watch people go through it, then you go, oh, okay. And like I say, I went to get my my ID card. I gotta put that up for you guys and show you. But when I went to get my ID card, I said, call the guys, call them at the passing ID, whatever installation of post that you're near, base and post, whatever. Pardon me. Call those guys. And I will tell you now, and I think I said it on my last one here, when you go in and try to get your indefinite ID card. Now, the indefinite ID card will mean indefinite. If you go to VA and get, let me see. I can't show you guys this. I'll have it up next time. I apologize. Yard stream is not working well for me to pull my stuff up. I don't know why. Maybe I have to restart it. But the guy told me, you bring this paperwork and you go in, and which was true. I heard a lot of content creators say this as well. You bring the commissary and exchange paperwork with you, along with your form that says you're 100% total and permanent. Okay, 100% total and permanent. Um, and bring that letter. So I brung it, and then the lady goes, "No, you don't need the commissary letter." Which I can find it's the reason why is because anybody who has a post ID, say you got out and you don't even have an injury, you can still go get you an ID card because you're a veteran, which I think should have been done a long time ago. I don't get it why. So this is what they did. They say, okay, you got that, you have access to the exchange and the commissary privileges. And I would say at this particular time, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, if you're close to an installation, I would suggest you head there and buy your groceries there because it's going to be cheaper and tax free versus now out here. God bless it. A gallon of gas, almost $5 in some spot for a gallon of gas, right? It's ridiculous. And then you go to the food and you have to pay. I was talking with my good friend Patty real quick. And that's what we are saying, like fast food restaurants. They're starting, the price of fast food is going up, and that's because the workers are getting paid more money. You work at a Wendy's, you can top out your salary on grill cooking at $20 an hour. Yeah, you could imagine those pay back in the day. So things are going to be expensive. So get that your basic card that you can go to VA and just pick up. Say I'm a veteran. You don't have to be no percentage, but you can get that card and it will help you get there. I think that's the truth. Oh, but you got to be honorably discharged. Okay, so all the information I've given to each and every one of you, I think you already know this already though, is when you receive anything less than honorable discharge, it's going to affect your benefits when you get out, especially if you get a dishonorable discharge or discharge for bad behavior, bad conduct. It's going to affect you. Now, even though you get an honorable, when you look down at the bottom of your DD 214, I've said this before, look down next to where, let me see where your code is and or where your come on, babe, get your brain screwed on right here. It's going to tell you on there a code next to your honorable discharge or less than honorable, or just say you got out for hardship or whatever. It will have a code by there. So please read that code. I didn't know nothing about it, and you can find it on the internet too. Okay, and it will give you a list of the codes. Now, next to mine said LL. I was, what the heck was that? And I think that was supposed to be, I don't know if it's LC or LL. I'm sorry, I'm not looking at it now. But I got 2 months early because they didn't need that many servicemen in the military for that long for my my whole tour of my enlistment. So yeah, be cautious of that too, because these cats will not tell you this, and you'll be out there left hanging. It's just shorts in the wind, actually, and you don't want that. So yeah, make sure you check on that. And like I say, and it's not hard to find out your benefits these days, especially my brother. If you're at 70%, I like I tell you, I 100% say go to the VA. And people, even if you have a job and they're giving you, you still have to pay a co-payment when you go in for your medications. If you go into the emergency room, I remember you had to pay like $50 or something like that, for emergency room visit. And then on top of it, you're going to pay for your medications that they prescribe you to them. So go to the VA and get you a doctor. And if you're not happy with a doctor, you can get a second opinion. You're entitled to a second opinion with no hassle. And if you don't like the doctor or the second opinion, you can still get another doctor. Okay. And so, that my doctors, I met them ever since I've been with them. They've been cool. And I told them, hey, don't leave. Now, this is what's different. My primary care doctor is here. He said, I'm not going nowhere. But when I go to the dental, some of those guys ladies and gentlemen, are doing residencies. So that doesn't mean you're going to see them. Be honest with you, I think I only seen the same doctor twice. When I go back and get my crown put in, which is supposed to be, I think, in a week from now, then I would see another doctor, a different one, because that doctor is rotating around doing a residency somewhere else. And I inquired that to them. But cool thing I'm happy is that my primary care doctors, it's been with me, because, when you get doctors and they're not the same, uh, it's almost like reminds me of my representatives when I'm doing my claims. None of those guys, they go, "Oh, we're all working on it." Well, you don't all have the same love and care for me as probably one person do, because when I call one other person, they're short and quick and don't want to answer the questions. So yeah, do your homework and do your due diligence on that. Definitely on that. Um, and say if you're far away from the doctors, everybody should know this is I knew a guy, he flew from Spokane, Washington to come out to Seattle because he couldn't get the care that he needed out there. So they're making sure they're taking care of that now because they were paying for his plane flights and his transportation from the airports back and forth there. And so, like, say if he was even driving from the airport to his house, they would still probably compensate him for him driving just to get there. I'm sure they will, and driving back. Okay, and they're going to pay for the flight. So I know they're cutting down on that stuff there. Even though I don't know. You guys tell me what you think. I don't think that private sector doctors have the full understanding like a VA doctor does. Because they're talking about privatizing, well, they'll send it to the private doctors and they can work on that. But I don't think a lot of the civilian doctors are abreast of a lot of issues that military personnel go through, maybe unless they are military. But here's another fun fact. Believe it or not, a lot of people who work for the VA have never been in the military. Interesting, right? Okay. And so, too, I'm gonna give you something that's gonna be kind of hard for you to swallow, but um, uh, it's just you got to be out there. You got to put your ear to the ground and say, "What's my problem? What's my issue? Is it gonna get worse? Am I gonna have to live with this for the rest of my life? What's going down?" So you can prepare yourself. Like I said, I got out of the military. I was just happy to get the hell out of the military. I was cool. I was done with them. But I say that I ended up going into reserves, though. I would active duty reserves because once you get out, you just like the civilian world is a weird place to be. If you're coming out of a military perspective, it's just not a cool place. So, um, but yeah, so it's. Oh, thank you very much, Peter Investments. I appreciate you guys. But yeah, it's just the place. It's unreal. So to navigate through it. But as a Seattle Black veteran, like I say, if I don't know the answer, I'm going to lead you to a place where you can get the answer. If I'm going through it, like I tell you, okay, so I got to give you another. If I'm going through it, I'm going to show you what I'm going through because I want you to get a full understanding. Again, in my plight is probably different and hospitals operate different, but for the basic facts like we talk about CNP exam, you're going to be dealing with that. You're going to be dealing with some funky CNP examinations, and there's appeal process on that too if they start being a jerks with you. uh, I was going to appeal mine, but I just said went back and I ordered another CP exam, and we went through it, and it was just a waste of to be VA money, but that's what they wanted to do. So cool. We're here, but like I said, we're here to make sure you try to give you the answers that you're looking for, and put some people in your in your corner that can help you fight. Uh, so at 70%, my brother, if you have diabetes too, go get you some shoes from those guys, get you some insoles. Those are cool. At 70%, go and get your prescription for your glasses. They got short form for prescription for glasses, but that's if you want to get personals. I got these personal products. Um, Plus, this is a problem. I mentioned this before. When you go to the VA, and the doctors, we talked about this, and it's not their fault. Okay, so I'll give you the difference from VA and Costco. Okay, so you go to the VA, they give you all the eye exams, they do everything on you, pressure, they dilate your pupils, the whole 9 yards, take photos of your eyes, and that's why I say go and get that done. So they'll give you the long sheet, and you take it to the VA vision care people. They will show you some frames, and like I said, I think I showed you guys these last time. These are not bad frames. I got some better ones than those coming. So when they shipped out for the glasses, they'll go down to the VA and then they'll say, okay, we're going to send you your glasses. They'll send you your glasses in the mail. Then you will try them on and I would tell you I got two other pair that really don't help me see well at all. So I don't mess with those other two pair. So I talked to the doctor. He says, yeah, he goes, "All right, the problem is that the VA doctors don't get the glasses sent to them. They send them to you." Now, this is where it's, with Costco, when they get the glasses, they text you and tell you your glasses are here. When you go to there, they sit down and they put them on your face. They make sure that they're leveled. They make sure all the corrections, and they ask you, can you see well in these? And so I had to give you another, and I got this. I say, yeah, I can see well in these. These are great. Now with Costco, like these are my other products here, but I don't see better with these when I'm using my computer. So now, since Costco gave me the frames and the lenses, you can take them back to Costco with your new prescription and have them change the prescription on there. If you don't get both your lenses and frames from there, they won't do it at Costco. Now, this is what I say was different from the VA. They don't give them to the doctor and they call you in and ingest them and make sure they work right. You got to kind of work with it on your own. Or I don't know, I'm going to try this next time. I'm going to take the glasses back if they're not really working right for me, and I'm going to inquire. Take them to the VA with me and have my VA doctors look at them and see what they can do to help that. I don't know if they can do anything to help that or not, but we're going to check that out next time I go, which I know it's coming up soon. When I just had one soon, I can put it on another one. Once I got some glasses coming to me from those guys again. So you can get your glasses. All your If you're diabetic, you can get diabetic medication free at 70%. You get a lot of stuff. And I say, go in and check your benefits at 70 because you do get, like I say, full access to the VA hospital. And let me see here. Let's see what we got going on here. Well, yeah, kids, I'm sorry. I know it's going on 10 o'clock. I got to let you guys get to bed. People are checking out, going to work tomorrow. But I appreciate each and every one of you stopping by. I wish you nothing but the best of blessings to you and your families, members. I wish you to stay healthy, and stay strong. The Seattle Black Veteran is here to help you out so I can help you navigate to hopefully some of these rough waters I went through. And I want you to know you're not by yourself. Stay strong, stay positive, love yourself, believe in yourself, and do this for just not yourself, but for your family members, but yourself 100%. Always remember what they said in the airplane. Make sure you have your oxygen mask on before you can help everybody else. So make sure you take care of yourself so you can be helpful to just not you, but your family. Hey, I'm wishing all of you guys love. Thank you, Peter Investments. I appreciate all you guys for coming up. Well talked to, Car. Thank you, Mom, Mother Healthy G, Mom, Peter. I appreciate all you guys. And again, stay safe, stay healthy, and I wish you nothing but honestly the best of life. Take care. Seattle Black Veteran. I salute to everyone, and I'm out of here.